You gotta be out of your mind. I never thought going to coffee and donuts was going to lead to living with people. Because, I'm a nice guy, but honestly, living with you 24/7, you gotta be a saint. You gotta be ready. Ask Roshi. It's not living with you. It ain't easy. And I'm telling you, but when God said to me, you need to go and be justice to that person, deliver my kingdom justice for that guy, I want to, but so much of me was everything in me says, go get the job, go get the job, go get the wife, go get the wife, go get the house, go get everything develops, right? This is the whole one progression in India. This is what we do. And so my parents are not far from India. They live far from India, but their head is in Asian every single night. I'm not kidding. Every night is Asian. If I'm back home, I was back home for the last 3-4 months. Holy crap. I couldn't even get a chance to watch anything Canadian. It was the same stupid commercials that I've been watching for a year and year. I was like, oh, I can get a little bit of a break from these ridiculous ads. No, Asian whole thing all over again. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. But these guys, so traditionally Indian, are going, wait a second. You went for an interview. They offered you the job. You now are saying you're going to go help these people. And you happen to be an Aboriginal person, so that looks different in Australia, it looks different in America, it looks different in Canada. But, and so the government in Canada gives a small stipend to those people that are poor and gives them a chance to get housing, gives them a chance to live in a certain place, and gives them a little bit of money for food and stuff like that. So in India, my parents only see people that are poor that don't have a government stipend. So they're saying, wait a second. First of all, you want to not take the job. Second of all, you're going to go help people that are already getting help? Hey, double help. That's wrong. No double help. No evidence. Angry with me. Like, so mad. And then Matthew 10 comes to me. If you're doing the work of my kingdom, you're going to go against your mother, against your father, against your brother, against your sister. This stuff that was only a passage that I read in passing was now reality. Why? Because the kingdom was now becoming reality. I was starting to take risks that I never, ever dreamed of. Why? Because Jesus was now messing with my head, and understanding for me was I am now seeing justice. I am now seeing a path to justice. Because justice will change everything. If we're seeking justice, it changes our whole life. Are we ready for it? I don't know. Was I ready for it? No. But did I do it? Yes. Because I really felt God said it. And that being said, I now started to go and live with people that were off the street and had a myriad of problems. One was a sex addict, one was addicted to sniff. Sniff is like solvent or lacquer thinner. Paint, not paint itself, but stuff that takes off. I had one guy who was clinically depressed. He didn't know that. He was supposed to be my helper in the house. He was the opposite of helper. And so that was when I started. I went by myself, lived with these people, and it was like, oh my God, help me. I need you. I'm sitting there, the only rest I have is in the body. Because everywhere else, someone is saying, hey, I need this. Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, you telling me to do this? Hey. So now I'm supposed to be Mr. Helper. I'm supposed to be like, oh, here, I'm going to kill you from all your blah, blah, blahs. None of that. I was sitting there as a person exactly how you think it's going to be. Me living with 3 crazy people. And I'm crazy myself. So we 4 people that, theoretically I knew what was going on because I felt God told me to be there, but I didn't have any of the tools. I didn't have any of the skills. But the only thing I do have for sure is the reality that I knew that Jesus said go. And I will be there because listen, if you seek my kingdom first, I will give you everything you need. And so my parents are losing their mind. I don't take the job. I go and live with these addicts. My dad's like, what are you going to do for money? Well, how are you going to survive? Which is the classic Indian question. Where's the money going to come from? Are you doing some charity work? What are you doing charity work? What is it? Where do you get money? I'm not giving you any money. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. But here's what you don't get, God. This is from God. This is from Him. This is Him telling me, I did this, and I will take care of it. So, I turned down a $50,000 a year job, which means 50 times 4, 200,000 rupees for 1 year. Is that right? Yeah, something. For 1 year. Was it right? Okay, 2 million. Fine, whatever. An exorbitant amount of money. And even for Canada, it's an exorbitant amount of money. And my dad, like I said, losing it. So then God says to me here, the day I started, I was doing this with this pastor that bought the house. And to be honest, it was going to be a community, like a church community. It was going to be developing. There was going to be music and arts and worship and everything. And the day I started, he says, Joe, I'm moving to California. So already I'm skillless, moneyless, loveless at that time. I didn't have anything. And the guy who is the resource theoretically is just left town. So what did I have? The only thing I have is God. And the verse came to me and says, okay, look God, you are taking this guy away from me who theoretically was supposed to be the leader of this thing. I was just supposed to be a cog in this wheel. He says, listen, this pastor guy says, like, we're leaving. Sorry about that. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Yeah. And he said, look, we're giving you our house, and we're giving you our car. And so I'm like, well, theoretically that didn't mean anything to me at the time, because who cares? What am I going to do with these people? These 3 guys are coming, and what am I going to do? I don't know what to do with them. And then ultimately, again, it was me and God saying, look, God, nobody else is here, there isn't a money, there's no nothing, help me out. And so, what I didn't realize at the time was God doing Matthew 6:33 with me. He's saying, look, in 1 day, your assets turned from $2,000, because I worked on set. Is that what? School loans, I took it from school loans, by the way. That's how I paid for that one set. $2,000, and it turned into $100,000 in 1 day. And God said to me, He said, look, if you're ever worried about money, you just understand something. Money is nothing to me. Money is nothing. If it's for my kingdom, if I've asked you to do it, if it's about me, don't worry about the money. Because to be honest, He doesn't care about it. We care about it because it's mostly all we think about. He doesn't care about it. Because if it's advancing His kingdom, if it's His justice, if it's His reality, He doesn't care. He can make it pop out of nowhere. Which is what happened to me. Out of nowhere. Now, that doesn't make me a better person. It didn't make my life any easier. Because to be honest, that's not liquid money. I can't do anything with that. What am I going to do with the house? What am I going to tell people that? They're going to give me free bread? No, they don't care. So what am I going to do? So I worked as a substitute teacher when I could. When I had someone to cover the house. Which is like not very often, so maybe twice a week. And so I used that money and we ate. With some money, sometimes we didn't have any money. So what do we do? What do poor people do when they don't have money but they have God? They pray. That was me for the first time in my life. I was praying for food that I didn't have yet. Because normally we always pray for food when it's sitting at our table. Oh Lord, bless this food. And here's music. When you don't have it before it's there, you have to get on your knees and say, God, we don't have anything right now. We don't have food. Help us. In the first year,